Hello, it's Jay. I am rocketing right along here. It is time for April goals for 2022, and it is April the 1st. This is not a joke. This is not some kind of fib. I am actually doing my goals video for the month at the beginning of the month. Who knew? All right. With that said, let's get into it. Goal number one. And there's repetition here, but repetition is good. Maybe repetition will actually sink some of these things in and try and keep them uppermost in my mind. Number one is time with Ja. That is lunch, walks, etc. Finding time where I am present with Ja, that we do stuff together. That is very, very much top of my goals, and I think hope will always be. Number two, walk the dogs. That is the other little creatures that are in my particular little home, is them getting exercise, me getting exercise. A good way of starting off my day has become just getting up, getting the dogs in their harnesses and going out for a walk in the neighborhood. Get it done immediately. That's been working really well, and I'm going to continue along with that. Number three is early to bed, early to rise, and that, of course, is in relative terms, aiming for 8:30, getting up in the morning. Today was not an example of that. Today was, I definitely slept in, and I was probably up later than I needed to be. I need to definitely work on my bedtime schedule of, I get home, I do want to get things done, make a dark video, I want to write in my journal, but I can hone things, and there'll be a little bit of a honing of things going into one of my other goals here. So yes, early to bed, early to rise being 8:30 in the morning. For somebody who goes to work who works from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., that is early to rise. Number four is, I have light snack down here, and then water, not milk, and a small amount of chocolate and pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna work on this. I've gotten into the habit at work of, I'm not having dinner at dinner time. I'm having it about 10 o'clock at night. So really, if I'm having dinner at 10 o'clock at night, I don't know if I really need to have a snack at all. I will have to think about this. I'm going to stop having milk. That cuts out one thing. And I would like to really reduce what I eat, what I consume just as I'm going to sleep. And one of the other things I have noticed is I wake up very dehydrated, is go to sleep with a glass of water by the bed. With a glass of water. To try and get hydration. And probably, replacing that milk with water to begin with, but also fill that up again just so I have something in the mornings, because I wake up feeling really dehydrated. So yeah, that is there. Number five is phone hygiene and earbuds, both in the office at bedtime. That is something I would, going forward, I would really like to have both. I'm good with the phone. I hang up the phone. Now it's the, let's put the earbuds away, buddy. And so devote any time you do have in the bed to, you read, and then when you can't do that anymore, you go to sleep. That'll probably assist in the whole going to bed. So a lot of these, the number four and number five, the late snack and the phone hygiene and the earbud hygiene, all go back to number three of the early to bed, early to rise thing. I think that will help. Number six is only listen to YouTube while on the move, not while sitting. While I'm sitting, I should be reading, or it's watching TV with Ja. But it's like, I've been finding I've slipped into a bad habit of, if I start feeling tired or a little bit depressed, I watch YouTube videos and I don't get anything done. So that is definitely, try and make a conscious effort to only to be listening to listen, and it is listening to YouTube. YouTube is another podcast YouTube source for podcast or radio, not podcast source for me, is to do it while on the move. Number 7 is to work on time, so 1:50 and start getting ready, and then be 2:25 out the door to get the bike to be off at 2:30. So yeah, I did that yesterday, and surprise, surprise, I was at work, 5 minutes before 3 o'clock, which is perfectly good timing for me for that. Number 8 is daily osteo exercises, which the weekday while I'm at work, that is definitely, it's a part of my practice there, but I need to focus on the weekend time and thinking about where is a good place to put that exercise on my weekend when I have free time and I don't have the structure of the job to put that in. Number 9, which is publish 5 reviews / videos in the month. And I was actually, one of the things that slipped off my to-do list for March was to publish that one last review in March, which I think I will go back and I will count that as a March video, even though it's going to be published in April the 1st. So yeah, that'll be a thing to do today. But then to get 5 reviews or whatever other videos out, 5 videos of some sort out during the month. That seems to be, that's like a video a week is very sustainable for me. More than that, I would probably kill myself. Yeah. Number 10 is keeping up with my daily journal keeping. Theme for both this kind of, and thinking up more of a kind of a theme or one little thing to focus on for each entry, whether it's a dark video or for a journal entry, where it's like, I'm not going to just sum up, try to avoid just summing up my day. More, let's do one pithy little thing, because I have a short amount of time to do it in, and it makes for it's more interesting to, if I keep my own interest, I'll keep doing it versus just tired repetitions. And I've got a list in my journal entry. A part of the thing for that is to take that job away from the actual journal entry, is to say, okay, here's what I did today, list it out in the thing as sort of accountability, and sort of like, oh, here I am tracking my activities. Number 11 is daily task keeping, toilet work, as I put it. So open up Keep Notes and check out, okay, what have I got to do today? What could I do today? Actually, a lot of times I'll get in here in the office and go, okay, I've got a limited amount of time. What tasks do I have? And that will actually give me a little focus there of what to do. Number 12 is doing my no ums vocal improvement / speech videos, and so that's doing my kind of accountability no ums video. We'll do one tomorrow, sort of reporting in on the week. I also need to do a vocal study video, which I either should get done today, or I should get done. I might try and get it done today. I've got some notes for. It's probably a kind of a slough week in that, but I will work on that. Yeah. And so I'm gonna do that, no ums, as well as doing my vocal exercises each day, which I've been doing, and a part of that is also just reading out poetry or reading out some sort of a text to work on my enunciation and just vocal delivery and all that. So yes, that has been going well, and it's a good continuing one. Number 13 is to write a short story and edit it in the month. If that happens to be an erotic story, publish it on Literotica once I've got it all edited up. And so make it an actual finished work, regardless of what it is, whether it's a dumb erotica or something else, actually finish it. And yeah, and I've actually did come up with 2 more. I said I was trying to doing the prep for this, and I was thinking, it's like, okay, and what else? And I just put that, what else? And so number 14 is to weed in the garden when I'm out with the dogs. The dogs have to go out for their bathroom breaks. Use that time during the day to pick up a spade and just work on a little area and clear that little area, you know, and I'm talking like, you know, 5 minutes of work, 5 minutes of work, just to kind of keep that going, try and tamp down, you know, the exploding weed population. It will keep other members, more focused members of the family happy, and hopefully avoid as much backbreaking work getting crammed into like many hours, a couple of hours on the weekend, and then feeling horribly achy. Just do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes, and keep on going like that. So that is a good, now that we're getting into April, and actually with weeding is also going to be weekly mowing of the lawn. I have to, if I can mow the lawn weekly going forward into these spring and summer months, that will make that a little 20-minute job versus an hour job of lots of bending and raking and stuff like that. If I do it for 20 minutes each weekend, that would be really great. So that I will add that to number 14 is weed out with the dogs. And well, maybe we'll just make that number 15. We'll make that 15 is mow the lawn weekly. And whether that's the weekend or just a warm part. If it rains on the weekend, well then get out there on one of the weekdays. When it's still short-ish, and get it mowed. Yes, so that's good house stuff are those two ones. So yes, quickly right now, mow lawn weekly, exclamation. And number 16 is another personal growth thing, which is comment on one video a day. I will be listening to YouTube videos daily, booktube videos in there. That's probably primarily where I'm at. Make a comment on one video a day. And you know, that can be just like, great video. It doesn't have to be super. Don't stop thinking I have to make a long essay on something or things like that. It's like, comment on one video a day. See, now I immediately go to the one video. It's like, oh, I really should comment on that. And it's like, oh God. And now at this point, I'm like, I'll have to rewatch the video and I'll have to come up with something, and I'll be thinking about what I should say. It's like, that's the worst. That's the worst and most kind of non-listening way of watching a video is watching a video just with the idea of, I have to say something. It's like having a conversation with someone where you're not really listening to what they're saying. You're just trying to come up with what you're going to reply with. So this is actually a really good goal for myself of, all right, just come up with encouraging, positive things to say for a, God damn it, that also feels overwhelming. But one a day is what we're going for. That's the goal. By the end of the month, I could have 30 comments. That would be awesome. And if I had 25, well, that would be 25 more than I had last month. Or maybe that would be 23 more than I had last month, because I probably left maybe 2 or 3 comments in the entire month. That would be a lot more. So that would be a good part of trying to be a good member of my community, a generous part of the community, you know, not being about me. It's not about me. It's kind of remind myself. There's a lot of my anxiety is just egotism, just me focusing on myself, when if I took a breath and said, hey, let's focus on the other person, all their hard work, the wonderful video that they produced, that would be quite lovely, and they would really appreciate that, and that would encourage them to make more lovely videos. All right, I think that is that is my April goals for this month. I will write that down in my journal here. That could be the unwritten, the literally written goal that I'll do right now, because if I don't do it right now, it'll be sometime in July when I'll get around to doing it, is write down the goals and continue on. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later. I've been Jay.